Hello Team Zelg, and today we're back with a very special video. Today we're actually doing a collection video. Now this is a video I've been meaning to do for a while, and I've been collecting these items for a while, so here is what we'll be doing. Today, we are making an entire collection video on all my Golden Bear Thomas items. So, let's get to it. Okay, so we're going to start with the push long range, then we'll move on to the talking range. So the first one we got is Thomas. So every child must at least have a Thomas in their collection. Well, Golden Bear Thomas one if you collect Golden Bear. So yeah, let's get to the video. So Thomas, he has a little simple design. He doesn't have special details, but the necessary details are there. He has an awesome face, and he squeaks a lot, but he just has one simple word in his design: charming, and I mean it in a good way. So yeah, the idea of the coupling system is that let's see, let me just get my Golden Bear Annie for a moment. The idea is that you're meant to hook the rolling stock to the engine, and boom, they can move around. Sweet, huh? Gorgeous, mate. So yeah, Thomas has a simple design. He doesn't have 6 wheels, but I kind of like that idea, having him 4 wheels. It's been done many times before, and I feel like that's not going to go away anytime soon, with Capsule Playrail and a few other ranges. So yeah, I used to have Thomas in my childhood. I have at least like 2 other ones. The first one I kind of lost when I was a kid. The second one, I give him extra details with a permanent marker, which did not look really good, so I decided instead of just trying to remove them, I decided why not just buy another Thomas. So I found this one in a lot with other characters, which I'll talk to him about in a minute. So yeah, that's how I got Thomas the Tank in my collection. Pretty nice, huh? So yeah, that's Thomas. Really nice item. Highly recommend him. Next character on my list is Edward. Edward is my favorite character from Thomas and Friends. Yeah, I know that my OC is a reskin of Billy, but Edward's actually my favorite character. I love Billy, but come on. But Edward's just the GOAT. So Edward has a really interesting story because I never had him as a kid. I had Thomas, Gordon, James, Percy, Emily, Spencer, Whiff, Victor, the Fat Controls car. I think Bertie. I think I had Bertie. At some point, I think I owned Harold as well. But Edward was not easy to find, cause Toby kind of makes sense, cause he, along with Edges from 8 and Beyond, well, they didn't get the new packaging redesign, while Edward and Henry did, but I was not able to find them. So yeah, here's Edward. Pretty nice model. I will admit he has another wheel arch, which is not really accurate because I believe James came out first, then Edward, so they just said, screw it, we'll just reuse James's tooling, which is kind of ironic because the prototype of Edward, he had a black running board similar to James. Why does James have a black running board? That's my question. I guess it was him to stick out because he's actually the red engine, but it doesn't matter. So Edward, pretty nice model. Highly recommend him. The face is gorgeous, mate. Okay, next character on my list is Henry. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. I got Edward in 2022, I think, for £9, I think, and he was in mint condition. That's pretty cool. Henry, same sort of Edward. Didn't get him as a kid, but he actually came with a lot with Thomas. And when I saw Henry was for sale, I was like, yes, I want to buy that. Well, actually, it was a bid, but I won it. So, yeah, that's Henry. So, Henry's pretty good condition, I think. Okay, the next character is actually one from my childhood. Gordon. Yep, Gordon is one of the few Golden Bear Thomas items items that survived into my childhood. Um, his face does need to get like a paint pen. Well, I use a paint pen for the eyebrows as the eyebrows faded away, which is fine. Like Thomas, Golden had a bit of like permanent marker on his boiler and tender, but I decided just to remove them. This Gordon's not going to stay permanent because I will want to replace him with a much more better Gordon in better condition. So I will get replaced Gordon, and I will want to turn this into either Alec Greedy or Crovin. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's Gordon. So glad I still have Gordon from my childhood. Next model in my collection is James. James came with a lot with Henry and Thomas and a few other items, which I'll talk to in a moment. James has the updated face. I don't really like that face, to be honest, because one, I prefer when the eyes had like a little Pac-Man look. But he looks neat, I guess. He makes him stand out from the range. It works with characters like, let's see, Billy, Rosie, Stanley, Whiff, and Bert because they were the newer models. But for the old ones, it doesn't really work like that. Really nice to have James in my collection. Yeah. Next characters on my list is Percy. And not just that, I have two. So Percy's kind of a controversial one in the collection. He shares the same tooling as Thomas, which makes Percy look like an E2, which in reality is meant to be like a Great Western saddle tank 4x, if that makes any sense. So yeah, if you want to make Percy look like Thomas's long lost brother, there you go. But to be fair, I think the Golden Bear Percy is a really charming item. It just had a feel to it, you know? So yeah. This one was the Percy from the lot with Thomas, Henry, and James. This one, well, he has a big scratch on his number 6, so I could just get like a yellow paint pen, but I didn't have any yellow paint pens. But when I saw this Percy in mint condition, I was like, sorry mate, you're being replaced. But this Percy still has a spot in my heart. I'll figure out what to do with him. So yeah, Percy's a nice bottle. Next one is one I was having a hard time to find, but I'm glad I found him. Toby. So Toby, he was one of the harder ones to find because, well, like same story with Henry and Edward, I didn't have him as a kid, and I don't think he got the redesign with the redesign packaging, but I'm just glad I was able to find Toby. Sadly, I don't have Henrietta, but I will get him eventually. I got Toby kind of recently, back in March, I think, so that's pretty cool. So yeah. Next character on my list is Duck. So, Duck came with a lot with Donald and Douglas, and I bought him the week after Edward arrived, so that's pretty cool. Duck is pretty one of the most charming models, but he does have a weird line on him. I assuming that's how he was built in the factory, because if not, then I don't know why. Plus, I think he looks weird without his GWR. But I guess they didn't want to use railway lettering on a children's toy, so they just got rid of it. Kind of, if that's the case, that's kind of understandable, I guess. Next characters on my list are Donald and Douglas. I'll bring these two up together because they're basically twins, because why not? They basically share the same tooling. I don't know why I keep saying list. It's meant to be collection, but anyways. Here's Donald. Really nice item. I just noticed how Donald or Douglas don't have front windows. Weird choice making, but it makes sense because they're both painted in black and the windows are most of the engines are black. So I don't know if they... Wait a minute. Billy and Stanley's cars are grey, but what ifs? Guess Donald Douglas didn't bother to get the re-release they deserve. That's unfortunate. Alright. I'm moving the tape. I'm cleaning out the table. Well, actually, it's an iron board, but who cares? Let's move on to the next lot. Okay, so we skipped engine number 11, which is Oliver, because I don't have him in my collection. So here we have Emily. Really nice item. This is actually the Emily from my childhood, and you can really tell because the dome is kind of out of shape. Really nice item though. So glad I still have her. Next item has an interesting story behind him. Spencer. So this is actually my childhood Spencer, which I just recently restored, and yeah, you could tell he's not quite done yet. I don't know if you can notice, but there's a bit of lines on him somewhere. That's kind of bothering me. You'll probably see more on Tender. Basically, I tried using the sponge and try to rub them off. I'm surprised that I didn't destroy the nameplate. But yeah, Spencer's one. I don't know if I want to replace or not. So yeah, but really nice item. Still, guys, still has Spencer. Next two items are in the collection are, hang on, Bill and Ben. So I got these two separately. So let's start with Ben. I got him in a lot with and Billy, which I got for my birthday. So that's pretty cool. After my birthday, I immediately bought Bill. So yeah, Bill's nameplates are fading, but who cares? I'm just gonna finally have the giant clay twins together. That's really nice. Okay, we're moving on from the classic series characters into the hit era. Actually, there's one more classic series character we're going to talk about, but I'm saving him for last. Next up we got is Rosie. So Rosie is actually one from my childhood. He's actually given to me from a relative who unfortunately passed away in 2019. So yeah, so this Rosie has special memories and a special place in my heart. So that's why she's still around. Plus, this is the Rosie from Stanley and Friends. So that's pretty cool to know about. Okay, next character on my list is With. Um, he's a bit dusty. I forgot to clean him, but who cares? He's really nice. With is probably one of the interesting characters because of glasses. I don't know why he has glasses in the show, but I wish we actually got a backstory for With, but that's or I guess. Next character I'm 100% biased towards. He is my second favorite Thomas character. He is the myth, the legend, and probably the best tank engine designer of the whole world. It's Billy. So yeah, Billy is probably one of my favorite items in the collection. There's just so much history about his toy that lasts several months old. Like, why does he have like a scar on his face? I don't know if you can see it really well, but there you go. You might see it. But how does he have like a little scar that someone drawn? I'll give you like £1,000,000 just to know what the backstory was. But anyways, um, toy origins aside, Billy Small is actually lovely. I would like to get another model of this so I can turn him into myself. So yeah, Billy, overhated character. Wish he appeared more, but you know, hits policies, new toys. Speaking of which, we got a character who I think is underrated. Stanley, aka Ryan before Soto's Legend of the Lost Treasure. Stanley's probably one of the interesting models because he is not a retooling of Billy. Yeah, they could have just easily just reused Billy's tooling for Stanley, but no, they didn't, which I'm actually happy they didn't. Stanley's one of the beautiful models out there. Does anyone still remember Stanley, friends? I don't know if I want to bring that series back, but I might. Who knows? So yeah, that's Stanley. He's still there. Next up we got is Victor, who is actually one of the rare items in my collection, and he's from my childhood. Victor, some people think he's the rarest, but I don't think he is the rarest. He's just kind of rare. He was released in 2009, and that was about it because 2009 got 2009 was the year Golden Bed got discontinued. So that's kind of sad, but yeah, so that's Victor. He is, some people think he's one of the rarest, but, oh, sorry about that. But I have one item that's even rarer than Victor, and it's Iron Bert. Yep, so here's Bert's model. He is in OK condition. I actually, if you saw my last video on, he has like scrapes all over. So I got a paint pen today, like a green one, and try and mix it with the black and try and get Bert's color right. Did an okay job on it, I guess. So yeah. Well, the reason I think Bert is more rare than Victor, because you don't see Bert on eBay as often. So yeah, I was lucky to win my Bert. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's Bert. So that's all the engines. Now let's move on to the rolling stock. Actually, I lied. There's actually 3 more push long items I need to talk to you about. But these are my customs. Timothy, Roger, and Emma. Let's start with Timothy because he was the first one. He was made out of my Goldenbear Thomas, my childhood one, my second one. So he's in okay condition, I guess. I made him back in 2020, and his face is still on. That is an awesome face. I really want to put Timothy in my Goldenbear Thomas series in some way, but not as a ghost engine. So Timothy, he's one of the items that I think age well beautifully. So yeah, really glad I finally have Timothy. Next up, we got Roger, who is a fan favorite OC from the fandom. Roger is in okay condition. I mean, he suffered a bit more than Timothy, but that's what you expect. Plus, you can see the little black line because this is my childhood Percy. So, yep. And finally, here's Emma, who's an OC that I don't know who made her. Basically, someone came up with the idea she's basically Roger's girlfriend. I don't know why I have Emma, but I guess I just had a Percy lying around, so I said, screw it. So these are the 3 customs I made. I'm definitely going to make the other ones I want to make, but for now, these are the only ones I have. Okay, now we can move on to the rolling stock. Okay, so here's all my rolling stock. Not much, but here we go. First up, we got Annie and Clarabelle. Of course, I can't have a collection without Thomas's coaches. I got Clarabelle in a lot with Thomas, Henry, James, Percy, and a few others. While Annie, I recently got her with the new Percy and Spencer's special coach. So yeah, Annie's in good condition while Clarabelle's roof is sun-faded. I actually try to use a white pen to paint the roof, but it didn't turn out so good. Really nice to finally have them together. Here's Toad. I don't have Oliver, but I will want to get him soon so I can reunite him with Toad. I really like Toad's model. I also like the fact that this little break pipe area, I don't know what it's called, but pretty nice. I think this is also a customized version of Toad because I believe Toad's coupling right here is meant to go here. But really nice that Zilla actually did that. That was really nice. Next up, we got Spencer's special coach. Nothing really special to say about it, really. It's just a special coach I've seen in Season 5 and onwards. A fuel tanker. Not much to say because I won him in an auction and I'm really glad I did. And 3 trucks. Not really much to say about them, they're just 3 trucks. But I'm glad I finally have them. So now we can move on to the road vehicles. And here are my non-real vehicles. I actually meant to have 5, but I lost Bertie, my push-on Bertie, so he's not going to be in the video. I actually lost him in years. I don't know where he is, but I'm hoping I can find him one day. But anyways, here's Harold. Makes a really annoying noise. Place is a bit dirty, but just found him in the box. Really nice. The Vacajol's car. Really nice. Trevor, his eyebrows are a bit are coming off, but pretty nice. And here's Terrence. He's probably my favourite out of them all. I got Terrence, Trevor, and I think I got all 4 of them in the lot, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So now we can finally move on to the talking range. Let's go! And finally, we have my talking engines range. Now I'm actually missing one, but who cares about that one? So first up we got Thomas. Got him in a eBay lot. So that's pretty cool. He's in pretty good condition. Minus a little area, but I could probably get rid of that. Here's Percy, who I also got for the lot. He's seen better days because his eyes are a bit crooked. But really nice to have Percy. Because I used to have a Talking Thomas and Percy from my childhood, but I kind of messed them up as well. Here's James. Really nice small of James. I don't know if I had him as a kid, but I might, don't know. Probably don't care at this point. I actually have two of them. He's the other one I mentioned. I can't find. So that's pretty interesting. Here's Edward. I got him a few days before my birthday. Really nice item. This was the Edward I was using before I got the push long Edward. So that's pretty cool. Here's Oliver. So technically, I do have Oliver in my collection. It's just I have the talking one. He's one from my childhood, and I actually tried to remove the windows I give him. Really nice item. He's missing his back area, his bottom part, but who cares? Really nice item. Here's Bertie. So I technically do have Bertie, but he's a talking one. He's a bit sun-faded. Oh well. Here's Harold. I think got him in a lot. I probably did get him a lot. Spencer. Not much to say except that his button stuck. I think got him in a lot. Mavis. She's a character I should have had in my collection, but I just don't for some reason. So yeah, here's Mavis. She's pretty nice item, I think. Now we move on to the characters that are only exclusive to the talking range, because for some reason these characters were never released as push longs, even though I wish they were. Here's Salty, the smallest one in my fleet. He's really nice. So yeah, that's pretty nice. He's probably my favorite out of the design wise. Here's Peter Sam, who's probably the first one I got. He's missing his part of his buffer bean, but I don't really care. And he's the only one that talks. Here's Molly. I bought Molly because I needed her for Stanley and Friends. Her buffer mean is kind of on the way, but she's fine, I guess. She's really nice. Neville, he's from the lot. So that's pretty cool. Neville's in really good condition. And finally we have the holy grail of my collection. One Eye Murdoch. So if you don't know, this is YouTuber who did have the Golden Bear Ranges. He had a One Eye Murdoch, and I think this is the exact same Murdoch. So I'm holding something from a bygone era. I think he grew out from Thomas, and he was selling off his old Golden Bear range. And when I saw the listing, I was like, hell yeah, I'm buying that. So that's why I have One Eye Murdoch. And that, my friends, is the video. And that, my friends, is my entire collection. I am so glad I didn't grow out from this range, because collecting all these, oh boy, it is such an amazing collection. I would like to get more in the future, but for now, I'm happy with what I have. So I know this is a video that I know no one asked for, but I'm just glad I made it. If you liked the video, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!